Well, there's pretty big news here today. Looks like a group from Harvard University is planning to launch a new program to look for extraterrestrial visitors. An article here in sciencemag.org. I will leave the link here for the article. It's the headline reads Project Launched to Look for Extraterrestrial Visitors to Our Solar System by Daniel Cleary. And I'll go through some of this article here for you. It says the oddly shaped object that came whizzing past the sun and Earth in 2017 on a trajectory from outside our solar system prompted wild speculation. Most scientists think the cigar-shaped visitor, less than 1 kilometer long, was a comet or asteroid from a nearby star or some other cosmic flotsam. But theoretical astrophysicist Avi Loeb of Harvard University argued that Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout, was an alien creation, a light sail, antenna, or even a spaceship. Today he announced a plan to look for more such objects, a philanthropy-backed effort called the Galileo Project. The effort will use existing and new telescopes to systematically look for mysterious artifacts that could be satellites hiding in Earth's orbit, interstellar objects, whether natural or manufactured, and even unexplained craft in Earth's atmosphere. It doesn't really matter if it's a natural artifact or a relic. If we look, we will find something new, Loeb says. And then it goes on, it talks about he published a book about that Oumuamua, saying that he believed it might have been some kind of alien technology. And then he was approached by some billionaires, or some wealthy individuals, and four of them donated the $1.75 million, which apparently was enough money for him to start moving forward with this project. And according to the article, he assembled a research team involving several well-known astronomers and researchers from other fields, although he admits not everyone he approached was receptive. The science community should be open-minded. That's how we make progress, Loeb says. Boy, he's right about that. Most of the science community is not open-minded about this topic for unknown reasons, really. Anyhow, and according to this, it says the project proposes using data from existing and upcoming survey telescopes, such as the 8-meter Vera C. Rubin Observatory under construction in Chile, to look for more objects like Oumuamua. Detecting incoming objects early would give researchers more time to study them than the 2 months it took before Oumuamua passed out of the range of telescopes. Loeb also hopes to design, in collaboration with space agencies or companies, a launch-ready space mission to study an incomer at close quarters. Now, that's pretty interesting. Basically, what he's saying is if something like this happens again, they could send something out there that could get close to this object to look at it and, collect more data than you could you'd be able to with just telescopes. The article continues. Some researchers involved in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, or what the late Stanton Friedman used to like to call the silly effort to investigate, welcome such. That doesn't say that in this article, by the way. I'm saying that, but anyway, some researchers involved in SETI welcome such studies. Everyone would be thrilled to get a close-up look at something like Oumuamua, says astronomer Jason Wright, director of the Penn State Extraterrestrial Intelligence Center. We should definitely be ready for the next Oumuamua, says astrophysicist and Adam Frank of the University of Rochester. We'll learn a lot about these things, whatever they are. Others wonder what the Galileo Project will add to ongoing searches for interstellar objects. Alan Fitzsimmons of Queen's University Belfast, co-leader of the Oumuamua investigation team organized by the International Space Science Institute, notes that existing alert networks already scour telescope data on an hourly basis in search of incoming interstellar objects. Fitzsimmons adds that the European Space Agency is working on a Comet Interceptor mission to launch in 2028 that will sit in orbit waiting for a suitable target, be it a comet or an interstellar object, before rushing out to meet it. The community can't wait for the discoveries of the Vera Rubin Observatory, he says. The Galileo Project also plans to look for alien artifacts closer to home. The United States Director of National Intelligence released a report that gets on to about the report that was released in there. And what they're, the report released by the Pentagon in June, this past June, and What the Galileo project's going to aim to do is to get high-quality images of UAP to discover their nature. A 1-meter telescope with a modern sensor can see details as small as 1 millimeter on an object 1 kilometer away, Loeb says, and such an instrument can be ordered off the shelf for $500,000. If funding allows, he would station tens of telescopes at strategic positions across the globe, scanning the skies for UAP, perhaps aided by radar and infrared sensors. Now, some of the scientists, from SETI, don't like this. Of course. A third part of the project would involve looking for extraterrestrial satellites in orbit around Earth using artificial intelligence techniques to process data from existing survey telescopes. Again, researchers point out that government agencies already have sophisticated surveillance of everything in orbit around Earth larger than 10 centimeters in size. The military is very good at that, Wright says. So, yeah, they're good at it, but they're good at not telling anybody about it. So I don't know what this study, if this is going to go anywhere. Again, you got too many scientists out there. I mean, this is the one paragraph here. It says now Frank, Adam Frank of the University of Rochester. Now he says here regarding the search for UAP in Earth's atmosphere. He says it's a reasonable question to ask. Has the Earth been visited in its 4.5 billion year history? Frank says. If we discovered obvious signs of life on nearby exoplanets, we would send probes. He says. Looking for artifacts close to home is a reasonable approach, but other researchers balk at the idea that UAP has anything to do with SETI. They don't seem to have any obvious connection, Wright says. Fitzsimmons was less diplomatic. Okay, that's bollocks, he says. See, SETI, they're going to say that's bollock. They're going to say looking at the stuff that's already here is bollocks, but sending out messages deep into space and hoping somebody hears them, that's not bollocks. Again, some of these people, I mean, I'm glad to see this. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but you never know. $1.7 million to start it off. I mean, it doesn't say anything to have any more money than that. I mean, that doesn't seem like an awful lot for something like this to pay the researchers and for the team, and also for telescopes. Maybe there's some more funding that's not mentioned in this article anywhere. Anyway, there was a press release, or excuse me, a press conference on this today, and I'll leave a link for that too in here. But this is interesting. It's nice to see that there are some scientists that are open to this and want to try to get to the bottom of it. There's still a lot of questions regarding this new project, but I'm sure that these things will be worked out over time. But it's nice to see somebody trying to do something, somebody from the scientific community trying to do something with this.